Hi, I'm Doug Rost, and today I'm going to, of course, be working on my 2000 R1100RT, and I'm going to make a performance modification. What that entails is, well, first I'm going to put a new O2 sensor on, and then I picked this up at BMW Boneyard. Got the O2 sensor there. They're terrific guys. This is, alright, it's from Knight Rider, that's the manufacturer. And basically what this does is, this is going to hook in line with the O2 sensor and allow you to control how rich or lean the bike is running. And this module will actually Velcro up here. And the difference between this one and a lot of the others out there, this is adjustable. So you can dial it into what you need. If you're living in Florida or you're living in Denver and you've got different riding conditions, this will let you dial that in. So a little screwdriver goes in there and you can adjust that. That'll go there. So what have we got? We've got instructions that look pretty. We got some diagrams that I'll put up, diagrams of the plug. Now on this model, this is not a plug and play. This one you actually have to splice into it, and they give you connectors for that. The other ones, from what I understand, they are plug and play. So you just pop it out. But this little harness will wire into there, come over here, quick connect. This will sit underneath here. Should be pretty cool. So why do this? Well, let me come right off of here and tell you what they say. And the guy really sold it to me. Really sold me on it, I should say, at BMW Boneyard. An experimental plug-and-play upgrade for oxygen sensor-equipped motorcycles to create a variable air-fuel ratio in closed-loop mode approximating richer mixtures, blah, blah, blah. An improved air-fuel mixture has generally shown one or more of the following positive results: improved throttle response, less engine surge, stronger mid-range roll-on, lower engine temp, reduced engine ping, and you can actually ride in a gear higher. The guys told me that they've done a number of these mods on their bikes, and where you're having the power band come in at the upper 3s into the 4s, this is dropping it down and giving you more oomph in the 2,500 RPM range. So very interested in this. To do this, I've got both covers off. You gotta take the gas tank off. Sorry, sucks to own an RT. Everything has to take the gas tank off. Then take the exhaust off, which is not a big deal. And technically, I think you could probably sneak in from the other side. The O2 sensor is right here. But it'd be a real pain in the ass with a really long socket extension. And you're talking about one nut here, a bolt on the other side, going to pull that off. Take the gas tank off. I've already taken the mounting bolt out of here. Release the clamp. Should probably zoom in a little more. Let's move the camera. All right. Clamped off the fuel lines, released them from their holder, and taken off the mounting bolt, the electrical connection, give it a counterclockwise turn, and it comes off of its mount. Makes it a hell of a lot easier, trust me. Took me forever to realize that you could do that. Then a little pinch on either side. It's just that easy. I gotta get a glove. So the tank will come off and that'll expose the O2 sensor. The O2 sensor is very simple, very plug and play. Unscrews, screw on, snake it down, put that in. You do need an O2 socket. So you do need an O2 socket. It's got a little channel there so you can get in and crunch in there. What else? That's it. Now they tell me after you get this in, you're gonna run a couple tanks of gas through it, and at that point the system will learn what you've adjusted it to. And they've got instructions on adjusting it in the optimum settings and so on. So very interested seeing how this is going to turn out. I did a couple performance runs stock, and then I'm going to do some afterwards, and only till 55, of course. And we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. Alrighty. Fuel lines disconnected, breather hoses disconnected, electrical disconnected. Should be good. Oh, I also got to take the box off on the side. Got it. So the little glove box on the side here has to get disconnected. A couple screws and one inside of it. And one on the front. All right. Now that we've got that off. Okay, so here is where the O2 sensor comes in. So of course we've got wire ties to snip. BMW loves their wire ties. Oh, come on, bitch. Might have to come up through the other way. Alright. Take the exhaust off. Sometimes it helps to just spread that clamp a little bit. It's getting there. Just so that it's not yanking down on it, I'm going to support the exhaust a little bit. Probably should have pulled the table out, but it's okay. I'll just work on the floor today. There we go. There we go. Alright, just moving this forward a little. There. Now, I should slide that off. Okay. And the exhaust is off. So, I was able to get through from the other side and loosen this. So it can be done. And there we go. Out with the old. Leave that on. That's nice. This is. Oh, what do we got here? Where's my backs? Well, meanwhile, well, I had a box around here somewhere, but oh, here it is. So this is Bosch O2 sensor, model 15676, Beamer Boneyard. They know their stuff, really. I get a lot of, majority, if not all, of my supplies there, and I really recommend them. First and foremost because they are small, independent, and that's what I enjoy supporting. I think we need more of that in this country. I won't get into that. So yeah, there's plenty of big box places out there. I support the independents. I like the fact that you can call up, talk to the owners, get their feedback, get their knowledge, and you know, a perfect example of their customer service. I got my clutch from them. They sent me 2 clutches and called me before they even arrived and said, you know, thanks for your order. Just to let you know, there's 2 different sizes for your model of clutches, and they are very small differences between them. And they went ahead and sent me both, so I know exactly which one, and then I just send the other one back. It's not waiting until it doesn't fit, then sending a new one. They just were very proactive and jumped ahead, so that's why I support them. So, we've got this. Cap comes off, it's already got some tighter on there, some sealer, and we will get this torqued on, put back in place, and then we can get into this wiring where we're going to have to cut into this sheathing a little bit and use the posi locks that they supply and wire in, and then put it back together, and that's it. I'm probably going to check the throttle bodies to make sure they're synced, just because it's all apart, and you can, it's never bad to overdo it. So now we're getting into the meat of it and into the wiring part of it. Now, what I'm doing is being overly anal and marking my wires, because you've got a gray, you've got a black, and you got two white. Now, they did a great job providing a diagram that tells you, if you were looking at the plug and you got the gray up at the upper left, black the upper right, that means the wire at 4 o'clock is number 3. So I'm just taking a piece of tape with a number 3 on it. And the other white wire is number 4. That way, less of a chance of screwing it up. Doesn't mean I still won't, because, Alright, so here's our diagram. I'll put that up. What we need to do: cut the black O2 sensor wire 4 inches from the connector. So, the black wire we are going to fully cut. We're going to fully cut. Here we go. Alright. So, 4 inches. Let's even be really anal. How's this for following instructions, huh? 4 inches. Alright. Cut the black wire. Nothing exploded. Good. Yeah. Alright. And with the black wire, we are getting our little harness here. And what's happening is alright, this goes to the ground. The blue is going to connect to the black. And we're going to get our little posi locks here. Alright, so we've got, take the blue, that guy in there, make sure he's all the way in there. Come on. Alright. Strip off the end, you put it in the barrel, spin it tight, locked in there. So, we need to strip a little off of the black one here. Oops. Okay. Smaller than that. those aren't very sharp either. Alright. Clean that up a little. Alright, there. So the black from the connector, from the plug, connects to the blue. Get that seated in there nicely. And screw that sucker on. Okay. Then the other end of the black that we cut, and I took a little cut into the sheathing here to get to it. That's going to go to the white and blue striped one. Now, even though this isn't the plug and play, this is really straightforward. Instructions are great. It's not like some IKEA furniture instructions or something. Alright, we'll get this guy in here. Feel free to fast forward. Alright. Nice and tight. Give it a tug. Make sure everything is secure in there. Good. Then the red wire connects to white number 4. Gee, I wish I numbered them. I did. White number 4. Of course, it's hard to tell when it's going through the sheathing. I'm going to cut all that sheathing. And then I'll just tape it back. Alright, so the red connects into white number 4. We got our number 4, we got our red. And this one's going to be a T connector, which, hey, look at that, they supply one. So this one barrel has a little slit to it. Number 4, we just straddle that sucker with that. And then this cranks onto there. There's a little spike in there and it pierces through. Okay. Undo the other side of the barrel. We've got our red one already stripped. Get that sucker in there good. Wow, that's it. This goes to the negative on the battery. And this we're just going to plug right in. Going to tape this up. Get this cleaned up. I'll tape all this up. Route these wires. And then this is going to sit right here with our little control unit. Nice setup. Plug and play, I'm sure, is even that much easier. So.
I've had the O2 module on the bike now for a couple months. I wanted to put a few thousand miles on it and really allow it to the bike acclimated to it, vice versa, and I'm really pleased with what I've seen. What has it done? It's really smoothed out the bike. It is the surging has certainly subsided, which is something this model's kind of notorious for, and it's kind of just given it some life back. I don't want to say that it's, I don't know if I call it a performance booster. It really enhances it and maybe brings it back to factory spec and it just gives its life back. It's a lot peppier. It's more low-end torque, faster throttle response. It really does help with that. It just wants to jump off the line. All the gears have a snap to it. From passing to jumping off the line to anything, there's just a better harmony, it feels, with the entire bike. Would I get it again? Absolutely. This is, I think, just a really small investment for the gains. Before I put it on, I have a lap timer or a quarter-mile timer on my phone app, and so I did some runs, and I did before I put it on, and then after I let it run through for a few months, and I got a noticeable difference. I got an average about 0.4 to 0.5 second increases in the quarter-mile time, and now I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to jump on that and say, well, there's all kinds of variables, and of course there are. I mean, from weather, humidity, temperature, tire pressure, tire temperature, road conditions, the exact road that was used, my own personal conditions. Am I pissed off, or am I happy? A lot of things play effect. I'm not a professional rider, but it was me doing it every time, and I did it to the best of my ability, and tried to stay as consistent and as accurate as I could. Did a lot of runs in two directions on the same road both times, and got that increase. It's got, like I said, it's got great snap to it. Front wheel happily pops right up off, snapping into second gear, it revs great. It is a lot of fun. So, is it worth doing? Yeah, I definitely think it is. I think it's an improvement. I like the fact that I can dial it in, so now over time I want to adjust that, let it kind of work itself out, and see how that goes, and see if I can maintain the performance I've increased and increase then fuel economy, or maybe increase them both at the same time. Something I just got to play with, but it's nice to know that I can do that. So that's that. If you guys end up getting something on your bike, definitely let us know. I'd love to hear about how your results work out with this, and thanks for watching.